What is up, amigos? Long time no see. It's Nacho Don coming to you from Mexico. Yeah, it's been a very eventful year, hasn't it? Were you as wasted in the Terra collapse as I was? I doubt it. But I wanted to do this video today. Sort of prompted to do this video today by my own group. As some of you might know, I have a private group that mainly operates within Telegram, and I call it the Nacho Research Lab, where I've tried to cultivate a community of members who share crypto knowledge, and we share publications like Palm Beach and different whatever people have access to, Stansberry and Delphi and things like that, and we share the information that are in these things. I used to charge people to come into the group, and mainly that was simply a litmus to have people come in that weren't broke, because like when you are in the crypto, in the wild west, shark infested waters of crypto, you just can't have people that are financially challenged or trying to hit a home run with their last like $5,000 to their name, and so I found that charging a decent amount for the rooms, for someone I don't know, have to do a lot of hand holding with, and maybe some kind of training, and get them the help that they need. Believe me, I didn't charge enough. There's so much of my time and energy put into it. But you know what? It became like sort of a labor of love. And I was like sort of proud to be able to help these people out. And some really, really great things have happened over the past few years, in that we had basically cultivated a small niche community that cared about each other, that we're free speech. You say what you want. We are anti-woke people for the most part. We are red-pilled people for the most part. We are unvaccinated people for the most part. And look how unhealthy I am. I don't have my vax. Oh, I'm going to die. Come on, folks. That was one of the litmuses. Let me just say that. So you could just end the video right here if you're waiting for Dr. Fauci's next words, and you could turn the video off. But one of the litmuses that I had early on in the group to sort of like make sure that I was getting a group together of like-minded people was, how do you feel about the Jabberooskies? How do you feel about these, right? And I would just let people, and a lot of people knew already what I was looking for, because I'm sort of anti-establishment, I'm anti-big government, I'm anti, pharmaceutical industry and all this. So, maybe some people told me what I wanted to hear, but I think for the most part, I got some really based, red-pilled people in the group. And it's been a wonderful experience because we have so many great people in the group. Now, I will say that, we were very heavy into Luna. And I was the guy who named the lunatics, and came up with that moniker. And I actually had conversations with Do Kwon at times and stuff like that. I was never part of TFL. I never received any money from them. I never received anything. I did the first Terra Luna videos back in the day, and obviously I became very wealthy, holding Luna, and then I became poor again. No, obviously I'm doing okay, but it was a really, really rough year, when Scam Bankman Fried and his troop of Yamaka financial assassins came in, and they torpedoed Terra, one of the greatest, in my opinion, one of the greatest things that happened to crypto in a long time, because people were actually excited about using it, and because it was such a juggernaut, and because it was taking off, and because it was getting such adoption so quickly, they needed to do something about it, and they did kill it. And unfortunately, that means that, that terror just wasn't strong enough. And, everybody in my group, we pretty much just, you got to take it like a man, you got to just, it was a tough pill to swallow. But the fact is, the protocol wasn't as resilient as we thought it would be, especially when faced with such opposition. It was attacked on the socials in a bot attack saying, oh, I think the peg is losing its thing, and blah, blah, blah. And there were all these duplicated messages, and then there were all of these attack on the chain, DDoS attack. That's well documented. And then, of course, the attack on the peg, on the UST peg, which really torpedoed the whole protocol, because Luna was minted as the UST was burned. So it was a gigantic mess. We all lost heaps and heaps of money. There were guys in my group that were just months earlier were thanking me for helping their road to becoming a millionaire. Finally, these are some young guys, made their first millions and stuff like that. And so it was really heartbreaking to see what happened when the whole thing collapsed. But anyway, getting back to my group. So, we've been doing a lot of licking of the wounds, and, I've been trying to be there for everybody to be like, hey, we got to get back on the horse and start riding. We can't quit. And it hasn't been easy. And I've gotten discouraged with a lot of members who sort of faded out, or, people who, I thought were more sort of committed to the group, and then they would just sort of disappear. And I was like, wait a second, I thought we were kind of friends here. What's going on? So I've been a little hard on the group. I could be that way. And then I would regret it, right? Like a father yelling at his children or something. But what I did is, so for well over a year now, I haven't collected $1 from anybody in the NRL. So I have no obligation to anything and to give anything to anybody. But what I wanted to do now is I wanted to sort of open up the NRL to anybody who might be interested, but you got to be sort of a similar mindset to our group. So I'm going to go over some of those things just in case you're the type of person who finds yourself out there struggling, or just maybe not struggling, but wanting community, wanting to be part of something, some like-minded people who are technologically fairly savvy, who understand the evils of this traditional finance, and that are committed to decentralization, DeFi in particular. Although we have an NFT room, we have a trading room, we have pro traders in our group. We post up charts and things like that. And we're talking a small group now, because I cut more than half of my group. So we're left with 50 people or something like that. But then I regretted, and I said, I can't be cutting people in this environment. So I just told them, if you want to come back in, just send me an email and tell me why you want to come back in and what the group means to you and stuff like that, and I'll just let you back in. But I said, I took it a step further, and that's why I'm making this video and putting this public. Most of the videos I make just go out to my group. I just post in the room. They're unlisted videos on YouTube. But this one I'm making public because I'm sending out an invitation for anybody who may want to join our community. And to join our community, I just ask a few things, right? And I ask that you be honest about this. Well, first of all, you got to be open to be interviewed by me. If I don't know you, I might want to do a quick Zoom call with you just to check out you're a real person. I don't really allow people to hide behind avatars and, fake names and stuff like that in our group. I want to know who you are. And, you don't have to introduce, we use real first names and stuff like that. You don't have to, give me your social security number or anything. I just want to make sure I'm just protecting my friends that are in the group. And so I'll probably want to know a little bit about you personally, and then I could give you the sort of check mark and you can come in. That's one thing. So you got to be willing to do that. You'd have to write to me and tell me, maybe some of you are familiar with me already, kind of the things I stand for. Maybe you follow me on Twitter, and at nachodon UST. Maybe you have known me from the former terror community, or maybe you just watched some of my YouTube videos and something resonated with you. Tell me why you'd want to be in a community like ours. Another thing is, I ask that you be either one of two things: unvaccinated and committed to never taking the poison, or vaccinated but regrettably vaccinated. Okay, so I don't mind if you got the jab, as long as you kind of figured out over these past 3.5, 4 years that this has all been largely an SCAM. If you have not realized that, then you would never fit into our group ever. It's not like we even talk about these things at all. It's just understood that it's all bullshit, right? A lot of us are kind of advanced truthers in our room. I even have a truth room, which is open to anybody. And a lot of the people in the Nacho Research Lab who are, want to improve their finances and stuff, don't want to bog their mind down with so much of the craziness that goes on in there and all the conspiracies. And I don't blame them, and I don't begrudge anybody because they don't come into the truth room. It's just that, I also want the outlet there so that people can talk about these things, and that's been a blessing as well. So one, you got to be willing to do a video. Two, I prefer you be unvaccinated or regrettably vaccinated. And number three, I ask that you not be a cryptocurrency novice. Okay. Now, in the past, I used to pull people in, and then we used to give them all the help they need, and I used to set them up with mentors and all this stuff. But this is very intensive. That's very intensive stuff, and most of the time it doesn't stick anyway, because crypto is so fucking difficult. And those of you who have been in it for a while and listening to me, you're probably shaking your head right now. Yeah, it's so fucking difficult, right? And it is. And right now, we're just not we're heading into war, the way I see it, right? Against this new world order, and the what I call the satanic elite. And we just, as much as I want to help new people, it's warrior time. It's war time. We can't. If you never shot a gun, we get just. So you can't be a novice, okay? You got to sort of know your way around. Have you used MetaMask before? Have you done transactions? Have you set up a crypto wallet for yourself? Do you know what a seed phrase is, right? If you can't answer yes to those basic questions, I'm just sorry. Probably, just can't. At this moment, I would say that there's no room for you in our group. We're definitely a little bit more advanced than that. And I just don't want to spend people's time and resources, because the people in my room are so kind and so nice that they're going to help you. Even if you're completely lost, I just don't want to really allow that at the moment. Not to say that I won't do something in the future to help out novices. But crypto is still so hard to use and to get you to a safe level of, not losing your ass. It takes a lot of effort. So basically those are three things, right? Are you a person who has a general distrust of sort of government systems, big medical systems and things like that? That's going to help you, that's going to help you like me. And if I'm the guy in the group talking the most, right, because I'm there every day and I enjoy the community, then you're not going to want to listen to me if you're hardcore on the Trump train, or you're hardcore up, wishing that Biden would smell your hair, you know. I mean, it's just not going to work, right? We do a lot of joking in the group. I think we have a lot of very intelligent people in the group. You know, sometimes we're very sarcastic and you know, towards this world. But that in my opinion, that helps us get through it. That helps us get through all the craziness that we're going through. Okay, so what do you got to do? Well, all you got to do is shoot me an email. The email will be below the video, bitcoin.nacho@gmail.com. And tell me, you know, why did this message resonate with you? What do you know about me? And why would you like an invitation into our groups? I have a trading room, an NFT room, an airdrops, farming, liquidity providing room. You know, people say there's no way to make money in crypto. I mean, I make a couple $1,000s a week in passive income just by, you know, providing liquidity on certain protocols, right? That's not bad, right? That's not bad in a bear market after I just got wasted by in Terra, right? So we look for those kind of strategies. Of course, we're always hunting for new opportunities and coins, small cap stuff that we have you know, sort of the chance for the asymmetrical gains and stuff. But if you're just looking for a pump or looking for an info group, like to try to pump, go watch YouTube videos, you know, Ivan on Tech or you know, one of these crypto Rand Man or whatever, crypto banter. Go watch those guys. You could chase those pumps. You know, that's not what my group is about. As a matter of fact, somebody in my group just came to me, I really want to make a case for Hex and why it's a good thing. I said, no, Richard Hart is a Satanist. The logo is 666. And, you know, whether or not he's serious about that or not, I don't fuck with that stuff because I don't fuck with witchcraft. So I would never touch Hex with a 10-foot pole. I don't care if it goes to $1 million. You know, don't need to make money that bad. So, yeah. So anyway, if any of this resonates with you, and you know, you feel like, yeah, I could use like some cool people to be around, some fucking based people who know what's going on in crypto or doing their best to stay. I call it the Wild West, right? Crypto is the Wild West, and you better know how to sling a gun. That's why I said no noobs on this wagon train, not this time. It's scary out there. I also call it shark infested waters because you can get your leg bit off very easily, right? So we got to have each other's backs, and that's what we do in my group. So anyway, there's no money involved here. It's just more of like I would need to hear your appeal for why you'd want to come into the group, and then I'll make a decision and maybe ask you to do a video call, you know, short video call, you know, 10-15 minutes or something like that. I want to make sure that you seem cool. Also, you better not be a woke person, and you better not be a politically correct person, and you better not have your brain programmed by the ADL, because I love to make Jewish jokes, by the way. So if you got a problem with that, right? If you're a hardcore Zionist, you will not fit into my group. It's just that simple. So, you know, I don't hide who I am. I'm proud of who I am, right? And I can back up. I can back up my opinions and the way my stances on these things, you know, very easily, right? But our group, we never argue. We never argue. Because we're similar enough, right? I might not get applauded for everything I say. I certainly don't. But we do not argue in my group. It's a very loving environment. So, yeah. So there it is. There's what the group is about. Looking for new high quality members. Are you one of them?